Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. I don't know why I had my live set for 11:55 p.m. honey and not 11:55 a.m. But we are here nonetheless with my groggy sounding voice and all. My voice don't turn normal until around 1 p.m. So don't judge me. I hope y'all can hear me. Okay. Y'all will not be able to see me because y'all know it's the morning time live, okay, which means I'm in the bed, okay. That's the place to be. Now, I don't know why my video was acting up earlier. We're not gonna have that today, okay? But hello, everyone. Please make sure that you are already a subscriber to the channel to become a whole JayBird, and okay? Hit that subscribe button. You can also follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG and also on Twitter. And y'all know, like, comment, share, subscribe, all of that. Y'all know this is the whole good morning, random chit chat about nothing, about something or whatever. I should have had, I don't know if I had one earlier this week. It's been a long week, y'all, and I can't remember stuff that well. Okay, but if you are here in the comment section, make sure to say hello because this is a morning conversation. Y'all know the rules. Okay, we is here to talk about whatever y'all want to ask me. Okay, it's basically what it is. So if you have questions or things you want to talk about, you have to put it in the comment section. And y'all know now I don't be around here talking about stuff too serious. Okay, so don't bring none of that serious shit around here. Okay, I don't do that. Okay, that's not what we do here. But we do talk about, you know what I'm saying, stuff, a little fun stuff, a little funny stuff. Okay. It's just a little bit. But again, good morning to everyone that's around here. Okay, good morning, good morning. Okay. Yeah, please like the video. Please like the video. Please like the video and stuff. Um, why can't I click on certain stuff? What is going on here? I hope StreamYard ain't having no issue, honey, because it's too early for that. It's 9 a.m. here. I've been at work since 6. 6? 6? Well, I went to bed last night at like 4:30. So, 6 o'clock, it's like I just went to bed time for me. But good morning to everybody. Hey, now you are working overtime. Much appreciated. I really, really am, honey. But my good mornings are easy work because I can literally be in the bed and texting on my phone. And just talking with y'all. Our panel was live last night, so that went well. I watched P Valley last night. That was entertaining. I know Wanda did a whole live with Marcella, which was crazy. All the things being said and whatnot. Um, but I'm also happy things are kind of dying down with all the foolishness that we've had to endure this week. Um, because I was tired, y'all. That's why I wasn't on camera yesterday because I was just too tired. I was like, I just didn't have the energy, because I don't think people realize that for us to get on camera, we have to have energy because we have to like look presentable, okay? And I was like, I don't feel like having to look presentable. I don't feel like having to look like what I'm saying. I give a fuck. I wanted to just be able to sit there and like not care how I look and not have to be smiling and not have to be all those things. And so I was able to rest yesterday, just because I did that. Because sometimes we have to just sit down and chill. Let's see, I'm off at 6. Hey. See, this is being weird. I don't know why. Hey, let's see. Marcella is messy. Marcella is. Look, um, Wanda is messy, so I'm not surprised. I don't watch Marcella. I also don't know Marcella at all. I know, she was around when that whole spilling the tea was all about the tea stuff happened. I know that's where people know her from, as far as I know. But I don't follow that lady or know what that lady be doing. What I do know is, some people like to get involved in the mess, and some people, get joy out of that. I do not. Um, Wanda said some messy things um on that live, and I haven't fully watched it, so I don't have a full opinion. Um, but the parts I did watch, I was like, girl, saying too much. Artists midday talk, sure getting those videos in. Cool beans. They said Marcel posted that Wanda was still. He did, he did. Let me. I forgot. See, I got top that off. Okay, I'm right here. Marcel did make a post. Okay, you see a little screenshot I have. Okay, it's cute when people think their title holds weight. It a little humbling. It's a little humbling when they realize that the only thing that makes decisions like that is money. Okay, as much as I don't like her, Wanda will be filming with us, and that is in direct response to what Martell posted yesterday. Martell was live yesterday, and in Martell's live, he said, "Yeah, Wanda's done. Wanda's done. Wanda's fired. She's no longer filming." Okay. And I was like, Lord Jesus Christ. Now, with that, Wanda was on with Marcella last night and she was on at the same time the panel was on. So that's why I've only watched like maybe 15 minutes of it that I watched a little bit earlier today. Just because I knew y'all may mention it and I wanted to at least have some information. I have not watched the whole thing. What I got from what Wanda said was, I filmed with Carlos last week. No one told me I was fired, so I don't know what Martell said, and Martell be lying, and Martell do be lying, sometimes. But I said on my live yesterday, I said I feel like the most that could have happened was they complained. Mel and Martell could have complained about how much shit she talk about their kids, and just said, she keep filming, we won't film no more. And I said production could have possibly told Wanda to go sit down somewhere, for the rest of the season. Because they're filming, the second part of this current season that's airing now. Or they do upgrade. It could be a whole new season. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I said I didn't feel like she was fully fired. But I can see them asking her to sit down for a minute just to calm down whoever else. So that's what it is. Do I believe Marcel? Marcel is also a liar. So I feel like the only one who can really clear this up is Carlos. So until Carlos says something or until we see the show air and we see Wanda still filming, we none of us would know. I'm like Martell and Marcel are basically fussing and feuding, basically. So that's the only reason that Marcel will respond in defense of Wanda. Because he don't even like Wanda. So I feel like that's what that's about. But again, I said yesterday, I made a whole post, whole video, like Wanda's supposed to fight. I was like, no. I think they may have complained about the bullshit that happened over the weekend and said we won't film no more. And production maybe said let us sit down somewhere until we calm them down. Okay. Um, but that's what it is. But even Wanda, who was, on with Marcella last night, and I don't know if I'm gonna review that interview because I can't pull the footage because it was on YouTube, and I don't like pulling footage and fully playing somebody else's video. Um, but Wanda said, she's gonna get her own YouTube channel and post her own stuff on YouTube because she want to be honest. I'm like, girl, you more censored on YouTube than anywhere else, but whatever. Wanda claimed that she never spoke negatively on Mel and Martell's kids, which we know that's a lie because we've seen it. And Wanda said that, she felt that Martell was the one who said things about Mel cheating. So that's where the rumor came about maybe one of the kids not being his. I'm like, why are you full of shit? So again, messiness all around, but what you gonna do? Everybody, has a point to prove here or there. And I'm like, y'all all just need Jesus. Y'all all just need Jesus. Um, I hope you get some rest this weekend. You have been blessing us with content and it's appreciated. Thank you very much. Look, I am for sure gonna get some rest. Um, I know I want to watch the game on Sunday. I missed the game last night because we was on the panel. But the Celtics still win, so I was happy about that. But yeah, I plan to rest because I'm back to work on the 13th. So it'll be, my schedule will be different. Um, and that's kind of what it is. Okay. It's mentally draining being from a computer all day. I get it. Yeah, sometimes we just don't want to be on the computer. Um, Happy Friday. I figured Martell was all cap. Yeah, I show Martell live. The fact that he said as much as he don't like her shows they like her being messy. They do. You know what I'm saying? These way shows the HR reps. Not HR reps. They need lawyers, basically. Martell sound convincing. The altercation didn't happen until this post this past Saturday 6 days ago. So, liar versus liar, and somebody pants gonna be on fire, you know, and that's kind of what it is. Um, She could name it not the old and the wrestlers. I think she said she was gonna name it Showing Up Miss Wanda or whatever. But I'm like, girl, Miss Wanda, go sit down some damn where. Um, but she didn't really say much. Wanda's got a cast member, so I can see her not filming before anyone else besides that. I can see on want to separate themselves from the physicality associated with their show. You know, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Did anybody watch P Valley? I watched P Valley last night because after the panel live ended, we usually have a conversation. We have like a little post show stuff and whatnot. But I'm like, no, I have to go watch P Valley because I was trying to just avoid spoilers. Because sometimes with these shows, if you don't watch it when it first come on, you would miss everything. You would end up being told what happened. So I watched it last night. So I'll be live tomorrow. What's today? Today Friday. Yes, I'll be live tomorrow. Tomorrow at around 3. I'm gonna review P Valley and also the season finale. Put a ring on it. Tomorrow because I think P Valley come on at 10 o'clock. I'm not seeing it at 9. And so I'm like, I don't feel like having to go live at 10 o'clock on a Friday night. I just don't want to do that. And I want to have time to watch. I have to rewatch P Valley to take notes. Like watch it last night without interruption and not without having to pause and rewind and all that stuff. But I feel like it was a very good season opener, and I really liked the show. Okay, um, Mercedes McCall was giving very much nice conduct for it. Down in the valley where the girls get naked. If you throw them back, and so I'm like, okay, and I like it. So I'm not gonna post no spoilers around here. Okay, I'm not gonna do that. But I like how it showed, seeing what was going on in Pussy Valley, but also, had other storylines going on about what has happened with them within the past 5 months. You know what I'm saying? So we get kind of a little bit of a time jump, a little bit, 5 months, the pandemic is hit, and we get that stuff, and we see how what happened, on the finale, what happened at murder night, has affected everybody. What happened with Mercedes putting the gun on Diamond, them having to kill what's his name, Octavius or Montavious or whatever Haley baby the name was. And just the fallout from that, you know what I'm saying? And Patrice Woodbine, who stole her daughter's church. I mean, stole her daughter's gym. So I mean, I like it. And dog, when they had the look, I don't want to get our spoilers away, but the one dancing scene we saw. I'm like, y'all is being extra, extra. So I'm happy the show is back. And so I'll probably do my reviews on Saturday all the time. And then for Put a Ring on it, we already know that Charlena revealed she's pregnant. I was like, that you just snitch on yourself, okay? So that's why I want to cover this tomorrow because I can watch the finale and see what's gonna happen. So, but Charlena, announced she's pregnant, and I think she did that because there were rumors already, and then I think the news leaked somewhere else that she was pregnant, so she kind of announced it herself. I know some folks like, why would she announce it? And the show hasn't finished airing, but clearly she was pregnant when it was filming. So in her post, she do say that she found out she was pregnant while filming the show. So I guess it wasn't her point probably was I didn't get pregnant after the show aired, and I was already pregnant. So that also doesn't mean that her and Otis are together or not. So we don't know. I do know Otis. He did like the post. He did comment in the comment section saying how people are assuming that they have such a negative relationship, but that's only because the show only showed their issues. The show didn't show any of the positive things that they said about each other. And I'm like, sometimes people say positive shit to cover up the negative shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, we shall see, what that leads to later on. Let me see some comments. What y'all having for lunch? I don't know yet. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I might probably an omelet. The opening scene, yeah, the opening scene was like I was like, whoa, okay. Um, that dance scene was Lord talk about thinking. I thought, yeah, cause I was like, how, where the car going? He going in the where? And I'm like, what's? And I'm like, oh, that was smart. That was smart. And I think why somebody gonna probably do that shit in real life and gonna probably get arrested. But yeah, I just think it was a good season opener, and it kind of shows, you know, the story isn't gonna just be about the dance, them dancing, and they have a good storyline to talk about. Hey, ma. I hope everybody's doing good too because it's early. And I honestly, I need to get off of here because I have to go. I still have to watch Basketball Wives and review that. So that might be up today, but it's still early. But I'm just, trying to play catch up. I do think somebody gonna try it because that's what people do. They see things and think I can do that. All I need is a parking lot, some water, and some dancers. And I was like, maybe not. That may be legal. You may need a permit to do what they did in the opening scene. Um, so we shall see. But I'm happy some of the shows, are coming back. I think the Shy comes back this month as well, so I can't wait for that. And the Shy is also gonna be on Friday. So I'm like, y'all is messing up people's Saturdays. Cause I'm like, when show come on Friday, I have to review it either Saturday or Sunday. So I'm just like, I need y'all to leave me alone and let me chill out because anything else would be uncivilized. So this time, because y'all know I don't have nothing to talk about and y'all ain't answering no questions, uh, I was going to go on the Jasmine brand to see what they talking about because again, it has not been much gossip around here. Um, let's see. If I had the money, I'd try it. That's what it is. We never know. We never know. And it do seem it may probably maybe could have been expensive, but all you need is a parking lot. Let's see. The real says farewell to the show and the emotional series finally week. Big sneak. Oh, I forgot the real was ending. I get the end. Oh, speaking of the real, Jeannie Mai finally showed her and Jeezy's baby. So that's Jeannie Mai and Jeezy's daughter. I think her name was Monaco. I'm surprised she didn't say that for the season finale because she posted it somewhere else. Um, but she's a cute little girl, cute little daughter. I can't tell who she look. I think she look like Jeannie. Honestly, I don't know. She like herself. Okay, I don't know who she look like. Who do she look like? Anywhere goes, she's a cute little girl. You know what I'm saying? That's their daughter. May she be blessed and all these things. Um, a little Monaco. And I was seeing how Jeannie Mai was saying how nervous she was to post her daughter. Because people be messy. And you post your child baby saying messy things. So, she was already nervous about being a mama anyway. So, I'm happy she happy to have her kid or whatever. We're gonna let that lady be with her child and we're not gonna let nobody say nothing funny about that baby because it's not fair. Okay, it's not fair. Um, a clip of Drew Sidora saying that she previously dated or had a relationship with a famous basketball player and called the person, like the king of the NBA. And I'm like, I know damn well Drew ain't up here saying that she dated LeBron James. I just know she not saying LeBron James. It's like, why would you do that? That is stupid. It doesn't make any sense. That's just dumb. And Drew be making it hard to take up for her because she be saying this some outlandish stuff that we know not true. Um, because it's like we everybody know that LeBron and Savannah been together since high school. So when did he have time to take you out on a date? I don't know. But I also feel like Drew. It's like, does she know her lies be on camera? She may not be. She may not remember um, what she was saying. Because Kenya was asked like who's the most famous person, who's like hit on you. And Drew asked gonna say, I was on Melrose and we were at a restaurant and a certain king of the NBA sent me over a drink. I was like, girl. She then said we went on a couple of dates. He flew me to his games. He would listen to my music before his games. All those games he was winning. It was my music. I'm just saying. And I was like, what? Now, again, she did not say LeBron's name, but I feel like everybody always say LeBron James when they're talking about somebody um who is the king of, basketball. So I just wish, sometimes she would be quiet. I wish sometimes she'd shut up because she just make it hard for me to take up her and I don't like that. Good morning, y'all. Sorry I wasn't looking at the phone. Like Mama Mai, I love mothers. Yeah, Mama Mai is a nice little, lady who's a mama of a daughter and whatnot. What else are they saying on here? I don't care about Diddy fake girlfriend. I don't care about Ari Fletcher being upset that a photographer took a picture of her with her shoes on because she posted a damn picture. I think that's just basic and stupid. Oh, Young Thug was also denied bond again. They keep saying Young Thug is a whole like mastermind or the rule, not the ruler, because like he's not a ruler, but he's the damn it, what's the name of it? He's like I guess the kingpin person or whatever who make all the decisions and push all the buttons. So they make that man stay in prison until his trial begins in January. They is really because he's still in there and so is Gunna, and that was even after Kevin Lyles, the little record exec guy, was saying how he would pay to have security or whatever, make sure that Young Thug did whatever, and they was like, no, he gonna stay in prison. He gonna sit there until his trial, and I'm like, well, I mean, I guess so. I guess that's the thing to do, but I wish we knew more. Because it's a fair that they don't get out. Because I think everybody should get bond, and that's just what it is. Right? He's a mobster, and that's the weird thing. I don't get how I don't get mobster from Young Thug. I just don't. I think don't that man be in flip flops and tank tops. I'm not sure, but it's just weird to me that they feel like he's just kingpin person, and I'm like, but I don't know if he is. Kurt Franklin's son, Kenyon Franklin, is out on bail after being in jail for 2 months. That boy was arrested 2 months ago, for allegedly possibly killing some damn body who they didn't know if it was dead or alive. Okay, for being in a stolen car. So he finally got out, and I'm like, he wasn't released. He posted a bond. He had no money. That man didn't have no money, and that's why they left his ass in there. But Carry On is finally out. I stopped watching Bad Boys after like episode 2, maybe episode 3. So I have not watched it in, a few weeks or whatever. But I know the show's still going on. But Carry On need Jesus. Okay. Just sit down somewhere. But again, he out of jail now. Now he have not I'm like, well, how you out of jail? What happened with the case? Like is you still illegal? That's what I wonder. But he's still working on things, and hopefully God will work that out for him. If not, the judge will, because that's kind of how things be around this world. Kim Kardashian admits she initially pursued Pete Davidson for sex after hearing about his big dick energy. Kim, shut up. Kim, be quiet. Kim, we don't care. Kim gets on my damn nerves. But I feel like it ain't no other news. Oh, Bethany Frankel faced a mixed reaction after receiving reality royalty honor. I saw that. I was like, I never watched the New York franchise, but I'm like, how? I think last time Jersey Shore got it, and now I'm like Bethany Frankel. I'm like, what the whiteness is going on here? It should really go to that award. Can go to Nene. It can go to Tammy Roman. It can go to They will say how it can go to New York because they are to me reality royalty because they've been around for so long. But that sounds about white. Sounds about white. Other than that, y'all, I don't have enough to talk about. And I think I'm still sleepy. I really do. I think I'm still sleepy. First, Pooh Shiesty, now Young Thug and Gunna. I still don't know who Pooh Shiesty is. He needs one of these from heaven to rain down on him. That is true. That's the narrative. They're painting 7 members of YSL crew allege he's dangerous and they are afraid of him. Oh. Well, if your crew say, you the head man in charge and they're scared of you, then that's on your crew. That's why you gotta be careful who you make your soldiers. You around here having people who are gonna stitch and tell on you about being the kingpin. And then when you get locked up, they're not gonna help you get out. That's why, I choose to not live a gangster life. I say Nene or New York. The Yellow Monique are going at it again. What happened? I know I seen Monique post an interview from DL from a while ago, but I tried to ignore it because I can't take it no more. I just can't. I don't know. Oh God, I just want them to stop. I really, really, really do. At this point, it's team too much. At this point, it's like y'all get on my nerve. At this point, it's like go away from me with this. Okay, get out of my face with this is what it's giving. Because what's the point? I don't understand what the point is of the whole back and forth. I feel like I'm just over it. I am so over it. I don't and Cause now it's like, okay, but it's like who pushing the issue? Is Monique making this a continuous issue, or is DL? I don't think DL is the one, really making it a big issue, in my opinion. Okay, because he was just responding back to stuff that she said on stage. And then after he spoke his piece, and she did her long ass. Look, y'all, I'm still tired from having to watch Monique's hour live and then do my own 3 hour live to talk about what she talked about for the hour. Because it's just aggravating. It's just stupid. I see y'all saying that Steve Harvey, made his little comments about it. But what Steve Harvey said was so minimal. I felt like Steve Harvey had a pre-record. Whatever you record on his show, it wasn't um it wasn't like live. So I do believe the response we heard was before Monique probably went live and said what she said, and I'm not gonna lie on BS. But I just want everybody to know I need Monique to stop. I really want Monique to stop because at this point you've proven that it's more of a personal issue than our issue. And if it ain't our issue, then like why should we care? So that's the weird part that I feel like Monique is forcing us to care about her personal issue with DL and her personal issue with Steve or her personal issue with whoever. And I'm like, I just don't want to do that. Let me see if I can play the clip of what Steve said because Steve was like, she on bullshit. It's me, Monique. Let me just open by saying, I could care less than what you think about me. Because clearly, I'm not your problem. But she called you a coon. Yeah, I you know what? That. And anyone who knows me, who really knows me, can't even make that statement. That you trying to sound profound now, but really, girl. Hold her up. What? Excuse me, Monique. Let me just open by saying, I could care less than what you think about me. Because clearly, I'm not your problem. But she called you a coon. Yeah, I you know what? That. And anyone who knows me, who really knows me, can't even make that statement. That you trying to sound profound now, but really, girl. Hold her up. What? So I'm like, it just seemed too much, and I wanted to stop. And then whatever post she made today, or maybe it been late yesterday, I'm not sure, where she's playing an old DL Hughley interview where he had with Sway, where it seemed like he's speaking on, Bill of the Cosby, and he brought up how people were not believing the women. He brought up how at one point in his past, his daughter told him some things that happened to her, and he did not believe the daughter because who she was accusing was someone he was like fond of. And I'm like, not bringing up. So it's weird. I'm just like, what's the end goal? What's the end game? I really don't know what the end game is. Will you be reviewing Housewives of Dubai? Probably not. I probably not. Probably not. I tapped out after her and Daddy Son live. Look, that live to me was like, I just can't. I just can't. Um, not not Monique over Herschel Lyons for your new role. Could it be for clout? I mean, it could be. It really, really could be, but I'm not sure. I just think at this point it's getting tiring because it's one thing when you want us to fight your fight for you because you feel wronged. It's something completely different when you're taking a personal issue that you have with someone and making it our issue. And I think that's my aggravation with the whole situation is that you want to make this a black woman issue, a black man issue, a us as a black people issue. That's not what the issue is. The issue is you and that man have issues between y'all because you still mad about that joke from that day. and now you want to bring up everything else he's done too. So that part, I'm just like, girl, I just can't. I just cannot. And I do feel like DL, in my opinion, has been responding to what she's been saying. So, folks who feel like, well, he's bringing up, all this other shit. I'm like, yeah, because it's things that she's mentioning while she's ranting and raving about him. So it's just his response. So I just need Monique to, I don't know, just it doesn't have to be public every damn day. Of course, Monique is pushing the issue. She always is. She pushed an issue for 10 years with Oprah, Tyler, Lee Daniels. Tell you that's what she's doing now, and I'm over it. And at that point, even with her pushing the issue with them, it wasn't really on social media, because again, when the stuff with Precious happened, social media wasn't as popular as it is now. So now, if you have an issue with somebody, you take it to social media, it like spreads like wildfire. So I think it's worse now because we're seeing it constantly, on a day by day basis. Who are they all doing too much? Monique needs to get a real manager. Main problem solved. I fully agree. She's being counterproductive. Get back to your craft. Um, I do. I look. I think some people support Monique, and that's fine. Um, but at some point, you look foolish because you're dwelling on a situation where everyone else is trying to move on from. And if you already aired him out, and as you wanted to do, why keep beating a dead horse? Like, go do something. Monique needs to look for a good therapist and a good divorce lawyer, honey. She's not gonna divorce that man. She's not gonna divorce that man. And I think how we some people have compared her marriage to to Daddy's son to Mary J. Blige's marriage to Kendu. How Kendu, kind of ruined shit for Mary J. Blige and took her money as well. And then, Mary was pissed off a little bit of time. But I feel like Mary never seemed to buy into Kendu's bullshit. She was just stuck in a bad marriage. Whereas Monique and Daddy's son, really out here believing each other's bullshit. So they're both a bit delusional. And again, it's like I have to reiterate that does not mean that she doesn't have the right to speak up for what she thinks happened to her. But at some point, you beating a dead horse just for attention. And I don't want anyone beating dead animals, for attention. It's just weird to me. So I don't think she'll ever leave him. I think she will stay with him because I think he has her thinking that she's right in everything that she does. And that's not really true. Do I think she's doing too much? I do think she's doing too much. I think she's doing things in the wrong way. I think there's ways to bring about change. There's ways to make people feel for you. And there's ways to make people realize some bullshit went on and you trying to handle it versus trying to make one situation be another situation. Like trying to you complain about one thing one way and then you give a whole other reason for your issue. I said before, when you made it seem as if it was a contract issue dispute and that's what the beef was, and then we come to find out, well no, you always plan to go off on him. That just also happens to have happened, so you made that a part of the show. But your real issue was something that, happened a long time ago that nobody, even knew. It's like what the fuck is it's just crazy. You know? I've never gotten house nigga vibes from Steve Harvey. I haven't either. And I think this is the thing. Some people do not like Steve. They do not like Dia. And they do not like Monique. Because some people base their decisions based on that. I'm basing my decision on how I feel about it. Based on what happened. And based on what happened, Monique is on bullshit. And I don't get, house vibes from Dia or from Steve. But I also can say I don't know what they've done their whole life. I don't follow the man lives enough to say I know for a fact that they are, COONs. I haven't followed them enough for that. They're comedians who I find funny, and that's really the end of it. So it's kind of weird. Monique at this point needs to shut the shut the hell up. She's looking more and more foolish, dragging this out. She about to be blacklisted and blackballed again. We had enough of this. I think and it's a weird thing that there's not more people who know Monique who was coming out to defend Monique. The most people who came out and said stuff about it really hasn't been in her defense. It's really been in a general sense of she on bullshit. Like in comedy, this is what happens. In contract, this is what happens. When somebody has a contract, this, that, and that, and that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just because that was based on her first issue. But to find out her real issue was, back in the day, in the 90s, he, a question was asked and I was mad. and he came to my house. So it's weird shit. And I'm like, it's pointless. So I think a lot of people feel like, including me, like Monique is doing too much and needs to sit down some damn where, but still work, but still be herself. But how she going about things is just aggravating. I will admit I did think it was weird for her to go after DL sexuality. I thought that was so weird and personal. Like, is it really about business? It wasn't. I think, comedians say crazy stuff on stage all the time. Comedians have to make us laugh or whatever, and then sometimes they push the limits. So it's hard to be like, oh well, how is one comedian offended over the other? But I'm like, my whole thing about that was Monique was the one who was offended first, and I think as a comedian, if you mad at me and you then make me a part of your show and rag on me and my people, I have a reason to feel personally attacked by you because you're not joking. I think, we can say, well, don't be offended when someone's joking, but Monique wasn't joking. And I think that's the piece that some people miss is that DL isn't offended or he wasn't hurt because as a comedian he found her funny. I think he knew for a fact she wasn't joking, she was being dead ass serious. And she was cussing him out on stage, and that's what it was. So if we fussing and fighting, I have a right to be mad at you, because we're not comedians, and we're not comedians right now. We two human beings who beefing because you have beef with me, and that's what it is. So I feel like DL had a right to feel like she went too far because you weren't joking about me. You were trying to, fight with me on stage. And not physically, what I'm saying, what I mean, you were trying to fight with me. So I have a right to be like, you went too far because that wasn't comedy. Comedy would have been joking about other things. She wasn't joking. She was going off on that man. You know what I'm saying? Are you reviewing P Valley? The first episode was pretty good. I will be reviewing P Valley. My review will be up. I'll be live tomorrow because I have to rewatch and take notes. But I watched last night. We not Don't post no spoilers of the episode in the chats. Okay, let folks have time to watch it. That's why I'm not live about it yet because it just came on, at midnight. It's only 12:30 right now. But I will be reviewing it tomorrow at around 3. That and the season finale Put a Ring on It is what I'll be doing. Then. Um, do you know who Maria Trippin is? No, I do not. Monique laughed for today and stop. Not yesterday. Yeah, it's just too much, and I'm like, I just don't have. I like. I look after I got off my live Wednesday. When I tell y'all I was completely exhausted and drained because I had listened to it twice and then had to give commentary about it. You know what I'm saying? And it took 3 hours. Um, but I really felt like her live was going to be about some kind of accountability for the part that she played and how she handled things, and that's not what it was. So the situation is extremely draining. It's extreme because again, she's still going at it. I was able to clean my house, and the live was still going, but I couldn't turn it off. You had me laughing all the way through it. I did not plan for that live to be that long. When I saw her live was an hour, I was like, "Fuck." That means I'm gonna be live for like an hour and a half to 2 hours. But however, because I had so much to say, because I'm very, 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 very talkative and I'm very, very long winded. Um, it just got longer and longer, and it was like 3 hours and 26. I was tired. I was hungry. I was thirsty. I was sleepy. I was like, I'm just over it. But again, I felt like we covered everything, and like it's just the fact that she's still, doing stuff is the reason I feel like, girl, you just won't let it go. When you don't agree with her narrative that she always makes it a black people issue, this is not a Monique daddy son issue. Leave us alone, right? Somebody said, y'all put us in y'all group chat, and we didn't need to be. It was a group chat argument, and we didn't need that. Like, stay on your side, stay on my side. That's it. And even when DL then came out and said how he never talked, like they never talked. To me, that's like we now know why, because her issue wasn't even the contract issue. Her issue was him, and that's just what it was. Some people like mess regardless if it's warranted or not. I agree. Has Monique always been this confrontational, or was it the role and pressures that changed her? I don't remember her having so many issues with people. I don't. If y'all have other questions or other things to discuss, put it in the chat because I'm almost tired dealing with this conversation. and I make it off live because I want to talk about the stuff, but it ain't that much other stuff going on. So I guess I can't make y'all make up shit. Um, but I'm seeing if y'all have other things to discuss, put it in the chat so that way when I get to the bottom, if there are no more questions about nothing else, I'm gonna end the live. We've been on for 41 minutes. Good morning. It's not supposed to be that long. So we shall see. But again, if you have other comments or questions, put it in the chat now to get it out of the way. But again, back before Precious, I don't recall her having issues like this. But again, back then it wasn't social media. So I think that's the part that people don't get is that, it's two different eras that we're having to deal with. But I don't recall her having issues. I don't recall there being much issues at all. I think the most issues that we heard about started when she got with Daddy's son. You know what I'm saying? And then she got with Daddy's son, and then he became her manager. And then that's when I started hearing rumors about her being a bit difficult. But I always heard it was more him than her. Because, that's the Daddy's son. And it's like, it's crazy. Monique is toxic. She is. I think she for sure has her toxic ways. Call me someone else tender. I'm like, not because I'm like, but you was tender first. You was tender, initially. I didn't understand it. Without your commentary, I wouldn't have been able to get through that live. My head would have been like, hey, look, when I had when I had to listen the first time, I was so aggravated because I was having to pay attention, but at the same time, I was over talking and double talking and just not saying much of nothing. And that's why I was like, I'm not about to take my time and, cut this down. I don't have the time to rewatch it, cut it down to, major parts. I was like, no, we're gonna watch the shit full out and it's gonna be what's gonna be. But I did not expect it to be to be that long. But I also knew my commentary would be the one thing that would, helpful get through it. You sound stuffy. My nose is a little bit stuffy, but only because I stepped under the fan. Please make sure to like the video, y'all. Please make sure to like the video. Okay. Correctly. Mo did all this under the disguise of comedy, and it's far from it. She was nasty in her presentation. Nothing comedy about it. I agree. And Daddy's son sitting in the center and not more in the corner. I look when I said that aggravated me. I was like, why is she in the corner? Like, why is she cut off? If anything, but I think that kind of even shows their relationship because I'm like, y'all didn't think about how it would look on camera. And I'm like, and then why would no one tell them turn the camera to sideways? It was just stupid. It was crazy, and crazy, deranged couple. I feel Monique is holding these fools to task. Respect me and give me my coins, or get this verbal thrashing. Folks don't understand her. No, folks don't understand you in her situation. Okay, that's your opinion. I don't agree with that, but that's fine. You can hold people to task while also not being an asshole. You know what I'm saying? So I think people want to use the excuse of, oh, she just holding their feet to the fire. It's like, yeah, but over what? Like her issue was really about a question she was asked that he wasn't even there for. That out of her own mouth was the reason she was upset. So I mean, peace be on her. How do you feel about Jonathan coming here this weekend? I feel like if Jonathan try to act stupid, somebody gonna beat her ass. She can't be up here yelling and fussing, cussing nobody here. I'm surprised she coming here. I ain't even hear about it, but I don't follow Jocelyn either, so I don't know. But I also feel no ways because what I'm saying, I'm not a Jocelyn fan, so that's what it is. Do you think a fish called Wanda's not a fish called Wanda's actually kicked off the show? We talked about that earlier in the live. Um, what I said yesterday as well after Martell posted his live. Um, was production maybe asked her to sit down for a second. I don't think she was fired per se, but I do feel like they could have said, "Hey, we can't have you filming right now because Mel and Martell is pissed, or production's pissed, or whoever. Somebody's pissed about what happened." But when Marceau posted this, you know that it's cute when people think their title holds weight, and he said that because Martell is the EP on the show, and so is Mel. So he talking about both either Mel or Martell or both. But how you feel like, your title holds weight, it's a little humbling when they realize that the only thing that makes decisions like that is money. As much as I don't like her, Wanda will be filming with us. Which is, what it is. I said, Martell, and Marcel both lie. So I don't know who, to even think is being honest. But I also felt initially, I'm like, they didn't fire her. If anything, because of that, they made us sit down for a couple episodes. But again, Martell lied, Marcel lied too. So all until Carlos come out and say something, or we see them filming and Wanda's still there, we won't know nothing. Truthfully. But that's what it is. Uh yeah, now she posted, I saw that she posted that. Not if this is Daddy's son his real name. I know she calls him Daddy. No, his real name is Sydney. I call him Daddy's son because Monique said you call that man Daddy, but you pay for that man. That man really your son. So Daddy's son. And it just stuck. So I will forever call that man Daddy's son. The lie was complete and total gas. It was complete. Yes, it made me so damn mad. You see Monique is talking deal about his daughter. Yeah, she is. And that's why I'm like, sometimes you can't give people the attention they want. Because bringing up what his daughter went through is unfair to his daughter. Even though it's a topic that already came up through him, for her to bring the daughter. But again, I think that was the point in saying it was getting personal. Because first you comment on, how you feel bad for my wife, and now you bringing up, a issue with my daughter. That, let's be honest, DL brought up himself saying, I could never get back the fact that I did not believe my daughter based on my own bullshit. And so it's weird for me that people bring up, why would DL bring up, the stuff for Lee? And I'm like, but look what she doing. She bringing up shit from when Tupac and Biggie was alive. A fucking Tyson fight back in the 90s. What? An interview from probably the early 2000s. What? It's just, so she poking that man. And this is the bad part. And she doing it because some people will forever rap her, even in her wrong. And she's, speaking on this, let's support whoever, but you are helping tear down somebody else because of your personal issue with him over a joke, or no, sorry, over a question that was asked when he was not there. So that's crazy to me. And if you listen to, and that's why I always say context is key, because anyone can post a clip of an interview, and if you only hear, that 1 minute of clip, if you hear a minute or two of that clip, but you don't hear the entire conversation, you don't get, it wasn't, in my opinion, from the clip she posted, I didn't get he was trying to defend the Cosby of the bill. I guess his point was people sometimes won't believe someone because of how much they like them. Like, I did not believe my daughter complained about something because of the person she's complaining about, was, I like that person. I didn't think they could do that. And he then said, I can't get that back. That I didn't believe her. The same way, all these accusations are coming out, and people don't believe them. So I'm like, again, you're bringing up shit that doesn't have anything to do with your issue with that man. She bringing up everything and everyone. Daddy Sons work overtime to destroy. I think Monique's career won't be destroyed, but it won't elevate. You know what I'm saying? Um, Mainly because she's focusing on shit other than her comedy, or what she can do. When I post on my social media or whatever, I'm posting stuff that is about me, my channel, and my growth. Because you have to want to keep going. I'm like, you posting all this shit about that, but you stuck on stupid, pause on dumb for no reason. You already went off. We all know what happened. So why are you still going? Because you're agent of chaos. And like DL said, she set the stage on fire and then watched it burn like an arsonist. And my question not even my question, my statement is also, I think she's doing the same thing now with what she's still posting. She's, throwing out fires, and they're gonna see how hot shit gets and will it burn down. I saw a clip of that interview and somebody cut him completely off. I was sorry, cut him out of frame. All you heard was talking on Monique's right. I thought about you and Holly. Could Daddy Son be on bullshit? Now I'm gonna talk about, it's crazy. People that know the full story and still agree with her are toxic, like, because some people gonna do that, and we have to leave them people be and let them be. And I'm like, well, that's what it is. I'm trying to scroll down. My phone is acting crazy. Her issue was really with the promoter who put the no. Her promoter. No, her issue was honestly with DL, but from a long time ago, and she used the DL situation as a reason to. I'm sorry. She used the promoter situation as a starting point of fuckery. Like, let me make it seem like Detroit. He tried to play me on our show. Let's get Detroit pissed off. She used that as a scapegoat reason to have folks mad at him, and then went on from there. So I was like, oh, okay, um, but we can't really fix shit that she's setting up because some people just don't like deal, and that's fine because no one has to like anybody. You like you don't like whatever. It's what it is. But I'm like, I can't see past her trying to pull a fast one, and that's what I'm not trying to do because it doesn't make any sense. So I'm like, whatever. Um, Dave Jamal called him daddy. People say he played. Yeah, so that's where it came from. I keep tagging Monique on IG trying to get her to respond to Flame Monroe's claim. She won't respond though. Other people said that. Other people said there have been other people who have came at Monique directly, and she didn't say shit to them, but she's going at DL. Well, I mean, asking for a friend. Why won't Monique do a tour and maybe ask something to come? I said that in my first live about the situation. I said she needs to, if you have an issue, this is before we find out her real reason for, going off. If your issue is you're having all these issues with these male comedians, make a female tour with other black women, other black comedians, and then run it yourself and let that be that. You know what I'm saying? Kiki White just gave birth to a baby boy. Yeah, I think they had it like 2 days ago. But I'm like, at this point in time, Kiki had 18 kids. So I mean, and a Kiki baby announcement is no longer, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, okay, next, you know what I'm saying? I feel like once you pass like baby, 5 or 6, it's like, okay. I think she's at baby 11. So, congrats to we're happy she had a safe birth. The baby is healthy, and the baby is here, her with her new husband and stuff, you know. But that's fine. Wanda's only going to be able to film with Tisha and Marcel. I can deal with that. True, because we know for a fact she would not be filming with Marcel and probably with Kimmy and Maurice as well. But it is what it is. If Monique had beef with DL, why do the tour with him? Because she wanted to read him for filth, and that's kind of that's what it was. Um, so I mean, it's just crazy. She's trying to say she fighting for little girls just to come out looking good, and protect black women. you know, Protect black women. Um, she taking it out of context. Yeah, but that's because some people, I would say some people don't read into things. Some people, will take stuff at face value and not look at any backstory with it. And sometimes, I'll give an example. There are times when you just don't want to dig deep into something. You know what I'm saying? When I heard the rumors about TD Jake's daughter, I'm not touching that. Not touching it. I have no because when it was coming out, I was like, nah, I don't cover that stuff. So I don't feel the need to dig deep and see what the backstory is, what's going on. Because I'm like, I just so I try my best to not focus on and touch on topics like that because I'm saying it's triggering. But for the Monique DL situation, I felt like, okay, let me see the reason she's mad. And then once I'm like, what? You won't pull. So some stuff I'm like, you have to be invested enough in it to look past the surface level shit someone's posting and see what's behind all of that. And that's why I'm like, she will post stuff and take stuff out of context, knowing some people not gonna dig deep enough. They're gonna hear the initial complaint and follow that. And that's really it. Um, and that's just on her. And I'm like, I don't have time for that. I just do not. Um, and I'm like, whatever. I'm trying to scroll down to see some of the comments before I get off here because it's almost at an hour. I also think Monique and City don't have a business acumen. This was the biggest story of the week. They chose to go live on IG instead of on YouTube. They have this is the gotcha. Monique and Sydney, who that's the real name, Sydney, Daddy's son, have a podcast. However, I feel like she knew she would get more eyes if it was just on a regular platform. But that speaks to her, her clout. I told her all the time. I do not go live on IG often at all because I do not get paid to do that shit on IG. I get paid to do that shit on YouTube. So that's why all my content is on over here. Because if I'm gonna talk, I'm gonna get paid to do it. So she also was fully aware that, and I do not know if she has a YouTube page. You know what I'm saying? So if she doesn't have a YouTube page that's already monetized, it would not make sense for her to put on YouTube anyway. But if you have a podcast that you do with your husband regularly, to not do it on your platform to be paid for it is crazy. Now, some people YouTubes are monetized, so maybe her, I'm not YouTube, IGs. Maybe her IG is I don't know, but I don't think anyone paid her to put that on IG. So I mean, it's stupid. It's just stupid. But that's what her and Daddy son like to do because she really don't care about other female community. Right? If Monique truly was for the people and I care and blah 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 blah, she would have been put together a female tour with other black comedians and said fuck them dudes around there because they on BS. But she didn't do that, to my knowledge. She didn't do that. She just sat around and figured out what she wanted, what she wants to rap about, and that's on her. But it's gonna always affect her because she gonna always push the issue as to what other people aren't doing. But no one's saying, but Monique, why haven't you done an all female? Because my thing is, if you really feel that way, I really need you to do a whole female tour and say fuck them dudes. But she hasn't done that. So, who knows? She does have a YouTube page. She should have streamed it everywhere. Oh, she do have a YouTube page, honey. She claimed DL said they do bad business. What it does seem true. Okay, it does seem true. Clearly don't have a social media manager either, or she would have dropped the video on all platforms. They gonna be thinking. There was a female comedian on Comedy Hype who said Mo was rude to her because Monique be on some bullshit. And again, I want to reiterate, she has the right to feel how she feels. But you can't then try to push that on everybody else. Exactly. She did the Queens of Comedy so she can do all female tour again. And the Queens of Comedy was 20 years ago. That's the crazy part. It was 20 fucking years ago. It wasn't anything recent. And that's what I think people don't get. It wasn't anything. You have to be recently doing some things to make it seem as if you are constantly or consistently trying to uplift, okay, or either uplifts or help other people. And that ain't what she doing. Because Monique be on BS. But that's on her. Okay. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna end it here because we've been on here for an hour. And I want to get myself together, okay, and get my day started, get me an omelet and everything, and call my mama, you know what I'm saying? Maybe send some people a good morning and stuff. Okay, so I hope you had a good chit chat with me this morning. My next good morning, live will probably be maybe I'll do Sunday morning, either Sunday morning or Monday morning. Okay, I want everyone to have a great day. Okay, make sure to have a great day. Have a great Friday. Um, Again, a reminder that I will be live tomorrow for P Valley. Down in the valley where the girls get naked. If you throwing bang, you know what I'm saying? I'll be live tomorrow. Tomorrow around 3. for that, and also for the finale of Put a Ring on It is tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. I have no idea what I'm gonna have. Basketball wise, so, but I have to watch the episode. Okay, but again, happy Friday. I love you all. Good vibes all around. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Be an active subscriber, meaning you out here watching my content. Okay, you gotta watch the content around here, stuff like that. Hit the little share button to share it on your social media, to share me with those you love, and everything. Okay, y'all know follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG, on Twitter, and all of these things. Okay, because other than that, what you gonna do? Okay, what you gonna do besides share me with those you love? Okay. Anyway, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good night. Gotta go. Love you all. Bye bye.